What up, everybody? This your boy Theo Pinson here. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss any Run Your Race content. You get traded to the Raptors?
I signed there in the summer.
Oh, you're a free agent?
Yeah.
And then you signed with the Raptors?
I signed with the Raptors.
What made you pick the Raptors?
Development.
Really?
I saw Norman and OG really.
Yeah.
That they developed them, and I feel like I had a better deal somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had a better deal somewhere else. But I think for me, Masai, having a conversation with Masai, Nico, Bobby, and then just understanding what they bring to the table was an easy sell. And I just had been out there, doing OVO Fest and different things. And I was talking to my friend Nico. I'm like, it'd be crazy to play here. Like, it'd be crazy. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And
then the Texans hit you.
I mean, that shit came back. That shit came back. But
yeah.
he had the opportunity. I couldn't pass on it.
For sure.
And that was honestly probably, anybody hasn't been to Toronto, hasn't stayed in Toronto, that place is amazing. Like, that is one of the most amazing places in the world, up and down. I thoroughly enjoyed myself there, from basketball culture to just culture in general. It was two of the most amazing years of my life, 3.5, whatever, COVID and shit. But even through COVID, it was awesome. So definitely great. Glad I made that decision. Definitely glad I made that decision.
For sure. I forgot to ask you when you was back in Detroit though, because you were how many years in Detroit?
3.5.
Three and a half in
New
Detroit.
Orleans at the end.
So what was the game that you felt comfortable like, okay, I'm gonna be fine here? Do you remember like a moment or anything?
Oh yeah. Well, by then I was pretty solid, but my first preseason game off the rip, it just worked.
Really?
Yeah, everything just worked. I was like, oh, okay, this how.
Yeah.
It's so much space.
Yeah.
It's actually weird, right? It's like moving faster, but for an athlete, it's a little easier. And as we kept going, I kind of got more consistent. I think that, that's the one thing about sometimes your destination where you're at is that there's things that I definitely should have picked up on. And just the ways they teach things, like, I'm saying this over experience now, not just me speaking on it. The way like Toronto Raptors teach how to play your position in their offense, in their system, it's a lot different than how I was taught in Detroit.
Yeah.
And that's like, says nothing to know. Like, what I'm saying is it's just a little easier to learn.
Yeah.
Right? So, in my first year, I felt like I was doing things right, but I was just off my talent.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like grasping concepts that would keep me going further. Like, I learned how to play off closeouts in Toronto. In Detroit, I didn't really know how to play off closeouts. Like, people would say, oh, you can't shoot or you're not a good shooter. But just because you can't shoot or not good doesn't mean, one, you have to shoot all the threes.
Yeah.
And two, doesn't mean you should pass it every time.
Exactly.
You're right? So it's like,
facts.
Like those simple things that people are like, oh, well, how does that make sense? Well, go watch some film and go watch some tape and you'll see, right? Like, no offense to Ben, but Ben was an all-star, never getting closed out on. So you got to tell me there's other ways to play than just playing what the defense gives to you all the time, right? Sometimes you can force action.
Shout out to Prize Picks, our official presenting partner of Run Your Race. Prize Picks is the daily fantasy sports game that everyone is playing.
This is how easy it is. Head over to Prize Picks and download the app. I can make my picks and submit my entries in less than 60 seconds. You pick between 2 to 6 players, and this is a skill-based fantasy game. You only play against the Prize Picks projections. It's simple. You pick either more or less.
And AJ didn't even mention, you can make 25 times the money using Prize Picks.
Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. That means if you spend $20, they'll match $20. If you spend $100, they'll match $100.
And y'all already know who I'm rocking with. I'm rocking with my boy Lamar Jackson and OBJ. And I'm picking more for everything. And guess what, everybody? They don't just have NFL. They got MLB. They got college football and many other sports.
Go to prizepicks.com/race and use code RACE for a first deposit match up to $100.